Guys, welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to take a quick look at Meta platforms, formerly known as Facebook, and I'm going to share why this should be on your watch list right now. Price point is looking very attractive, so on today's episode I'm going to share some bullish points, but like any other company, I'm also going to share some bearish points to understand both the risk and the rewards with this company. If this is your first time here, make sure to hit the thumbs up, make sure to hit the subscribe button, check out the pinned comment where I have my free newsletter, free Discord, and a lot of great links for investing advice, so make sure to check that out. So the presentation, or pretty much what I'm going to take a quick look at it here. Facebook, super bullish for the following reasons. This is a cash machine with a strong balance sheet. It is strong in the advertising market, the metaverse, gaming plus content creation, e-commerce plus digital wallet, and innovation. So let's just jump right into all those products. So first, like I mentioned, Meta platforms right now is down about 12.55% from its all-time highs, but we can see year to date this stock has performed pretty well. It's up 22.35%. Like I mentioned, this is a company that I believe, actually this is something we'll look at in a bit, valuation metrics. But here we can see, if we take a look at fundamental metrics for Facebook or Meta platforms, they look super strong. First, we can see long-term debt is non-existent. This company has no long-term debt at the moment. If we take a look at total current assets, it's about $75.4 billion. This is a company with a huge cash amount in their bank. If we also take a look at trailing 12 months cash flow from operations, it's about 53.62 billion. So not only do they have high cash, they're also producing a healthy cash flow with no balance sheet, and more importantly, they're growing at strong quarterly revenue. Their most recent quarter, they grew about 35.12%. So I believe this fundamentally is sitting at attractive levels. And if we take a look at future forward metrics, here I'm taking a look at EV to EBITDA metrics. Facebook or Meta platforms is the lowest out of all the FANG kind of stocks plus Microsoft, right? This is 13.14. The only thing near it right now is Google or Alphabet, sitting at 16.5. Everything else, all the other big players, are sitting in the high 20 or the mid 20 values. So I think Meta platforms is a little bit attractive when we take a look at valuation metrics. And let me just take off everything. We just look at Facebook and Google. Normally, these two on average tend to track well with each other. We can see they're always almost on top of each other, but there has been form of a divergence later on this year in July in 2021, where Google kept going up and Facebook is going down. So I do believe eventually this correction will happen. Maybe they might meet somewhere in the middle, but to me, to some extent, is telling me that Meta platforms might be sitting a bit on the bullish side and an attractive price to see. But before we begin, let's take a listen to today's sponsor. I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. You guys know I love finding new investing tools and resources to help me scout out new growth stocks. And right now I have a discount for one of my favorite services The Fool offers. Through the Motley Fool Stock Advisor services, you get access to a ton of expert stock picks. Every month you'll get 2 new picks that are aimed at growing your wealth and to help you realize your financial goals. Stock Advisor's average stock picks have done amazing returns. If growing your money is something you'd like to do more of this year, you can visit fool.com/Jose Najarro or click on the link below for access to my special offer and decide if the Stock Advisor is right for you. Thanks again to the Motley Fool, and now onto today's video. Alright, so some of the other reasons I'm bullish on Meta platforms is their push into the metaverse and virtual reality, maybe more into virtual reality. I've done a few videos before where I took a look at how this quarter, I believe, will be the strongest quarter for Facebook when it comes to Oculus sales. Now, and most recently on December 9th, they opened up Horizon Worlds, which is their metaverse, to everyone 18 and plus in the United States and Canada. So very impressive. Next, I kind of mentioned their gaming market. I do believe they're focusing a lot in gaming and content creation. They have kind of pushed and become one of the few streaming platforms that are growing in hourly watch this most recent quarter, which is pretty impressive. And it's because they're continuing to innovate and give reasons for creators to come and make videos on their platform. So it's more than just a social platform now. They're also kind of making their own video content creation platform with all the gaming. For example, on December 6th, they launched Pac-Man community on Facebook. And the way they're doing it is they're making it very interactive with the viewers and with their friends. So here, for example, you can play Pac-Man while streaming, and the people watching you can also play with you if you invite them right from the platform. So it makes it easy for you to interact with your viewers, and I believe that kind of engagement makes it a funner place to watch videos or to watch some form of content creators or video game streamers. They also, for example, most recently, kind of on December 14th of 2021, Heads Up, which is kind of like a charades game. You're able to play it with your friends on Instagram and Messenger. So again, they keep that engagement within their social applications to keep the time going in. And the more fun you have, the more you're going to invite people. Now, the other thing I want to mention is the e-commerce. E-commerce has always been a big place for Facebook, especially because this is an advertisement company. But they continue to bring new tools to bring new kind of sellers. When you bring new sellers, you bring new buyers. But on November 12th of 2021, you can shop products you love with groups, creators, and friends. For example, they gave this example of someone recommending new serums for lotions, for hydrating, for stuff. And you can ask for recommendations, and people can comment some of the best people that they purchased through the Facebook platform. So it increases a way for, if you are a seller, to promote your goods even more, or for even some of your customers to promote your products for you, which I think is pretty strong. Then they also have Novi, which is their kind of digital wallet. And Novi, most recently, for some USA users of WhatsApp, you can now send money through WhatsApp with Novi. And I believe this is such a great way to kind of expand your digital wallet brand name, is because so many people use this chatting platform to talk to friends, talk to families. So by kind of integrating it already within WhatsApp application, I believe it's going to make Novi a bigger brand name. I personally still can't see it on my application. I don't know if I need to have a Novi account before seeing it, but I know they are available to certain users in the United States right now, which I think is pretty impressive. The final thing I believe is super cool about Meta platforms is their innovation method. They're really focusing here in the virtual reality, and we can see that. And one of the products I'm super excited about are these harmonic arms. So they are focused right now in virtual reality, but to make virtual reality more interactive, more realistic, they're kind of creating kind of gloves technology where you'll be able to pick up, to touch, and when you touch something or grab something, you'll get some form of sensory feedback, so it feels like you're picking up or you're holding on to whatever object you're meant to hold on to. So I think this haptic gloves, not harmonic, haptic gloves research is still in early stages, but as they continue to push a lot of money into the metaverse and into virtual reality, I feel like technology like this is gonna continue to come out from their Meta platforms or from their virtual reality labs, which they call. And the final kind of innovation on December 16th, so a few days ago, they kind of created this product where, let's say you have a child and they create a drawing. If you take a picture of that drawing, Facebook or Virtual Reality Labs kind of creates an animated version, a digital animated version of that drawing that can move, that can dance, and can kind of do things. So I think that's pretty cool, and it just shows the innovation this company has behind and how it's using artificial intelligence to continue to make it a positive engagement for its users. So now I've talked about all the good cases, but like any other company, there's always bad cases, and there's always bearish cases. First, I want to say just the overall sentiment of Facebook. There's obviously the privacy reasons. Numerous people will not have a Facebook application or Facebook tool because of privacy reasons, and I believe that's going to continue from now on. It's going to continue, right? It's not going to die anytime soon. The second thing is there's a lot of regulations, and for example, here on December 16th, Russia fined some of the social platforms. Facebook was one of them, and they had to pay some form of fee. And there's a lot of countries that continue to do this. For example, the Europe Union also draws up regulations to fight hate on social media. And things like this, Facebook needs to be on top. Sometimes they're going to hit with fees. And I do believe that's one of the reasons the stock price kind of tends to trade at a cheaper valuation, because of this added risk. The final mistake, in my opinion, could be Metaverse. Metaverse could be a huge mistake. I mean, I personally think it's a perfect extension for their advertisement business. We see it really perfect with some of the Metaverse gaming companies. I did a video on one yesterday, so make sure to check it out. But what if the Metaverse is still too early right now? The amount of money that they're spending can kind of hurt it. But when we're taking a look at this company's cash, they have plenty of current assets and no debt. So for me, they have plenty of cash to be able to take this risk. But if it doesn't work out well, some investors might be a little bit sad about. If we take a quick look at technicals, I really do like it right now at this 300. Any price around 330, I think, is a nice dollar cost averaging position. Anything below the 310s, around 310s, I think that's the time to go super in. So Facebook, Meta Platforms is one I'm going to keep an eye out for the next few months probably, and try to continue to add on this position. Like I said, man, look at that forward EV to EBITDA metric. When we take a look at all the big players right now, all the ones that are profitable, Facebook, Meta Platforms looks super cheap, a lot cheaper than it normally looks. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Take care, have a good time, and see you next time.